Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Susan's Just Making It. I'm Susan, and as always I'm here making stuff, messes, chaos, and just trying to make it through life. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if this is your first time watching, welcome to my channel. If you like today's video, don't forget the thumbs up right down here, everybody. Much appreciated. So welcome to another Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesday. This is a 2-channel collab with my channel, Susan's Just Making It, and Stephanie's channel, Glitzy Gem. Every week we use a different palette to create a new eyeshadow look and encourage our viewers of all ages to step out of their comfort zone, as we're doing the same, and try something new. Try a new palette, some new colors, a new look. Just get out your makeup, play with it, have fun, see what you come up with. At the end of the day, it's just makeup. If you don't like how it turns out, wash it off and start over. So this week we are going to be using the BeBella Lotus Love palette. I've had this for a little while. I got this in my Busy Beauty box earlier this year, and Stephanie just received this palette, so she wanted to give this one a try. So I said, of course. I do enjoy this palette very much, so I haven't used it in a while, so I'm looking forward to playing with it again. And if you came over from Stephanie's channel, thanks so much for stopping by to see what I came up with. And if you started with my channel, make sure you hop over and see what Stephanie did with the same palette. There will be a link to her video down below for your convenience. I'm going to go ahead and kind of take a quick look to get an idea of what colors I want to use. I'll go ahead and show you what the palette looks like. It's a very gorgeous palette. This is from Beauty Creations. BeBella is from Beauty Creations. It's about a mid-price point makeup brand, so their palettes are very affordable. You can either go to the Beauty Creations website to pick this up, or I've seen a lot of sellers on Macari also have a lot of these palettes floating around for sale. So it's a beautiful palette. It's a good thing she picked this because we're going to be going into the fall season soon, and these are very summery colors. So nothing like sliding in at the end of summer, but I'm happy to be working with it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put down a shade to start with. I'll just pick one of these. A few of my eyeshadow brushes have definitely seen better days. I'm just going to go ahead and with this like tan color here. It's called Lush Blush. And I'm going to put that down on my lid to start off with. Hope everyone's doing well. Halfway through the week now, everyone. So I have a couple more days to push through till we get to the weekend. I hope everyone is getting in those last few summer activities before the weather starts to change. Where I'm at, it is already starting to a little bit. I'm going to start building an ark soon if it doesn't stop raining. I'm over the rain. Completely over it. We had rain for 3 or 4 days. It stopped for a day or two, and then it's been raining again and getting cooler. Which I do like the cooler weather, and it's better for sleeping. But I have an issue with arthritis and back pain. So these cooler, rainy days, yeah. My poor body's like, no, no. But that's part of getting older, and it's just something you have to kind of deal with. I always tell people, you know, sometimes I complain about getting older and the things that come with it, but at the end of the day, I think we have to be a little grateful for getting up in age, because some people don't get the privilege of growing older. So we have to keep that in mind, that it's a privilege. Once you get to a certain age, every extra year you have. And not like that, it beats the alternative. At least you're waking up every day. So sometimes you just have to put things into perspective and change your viewpoint to look at things in a more positive light. So as you can see, this is just a very pale mauve tan color. I'm just going to put that down all over my lid to build on. I'm really liking the palettes that I have, my BeBella palettes. I have Lotus Love, I just recently picked up Daisy Days. That one I'm not sure about. I only used once, so I have to play with that a few times. I really like the colors, but when I went to play with it, still working on like what colors to use together. And it has to have life and pastels. I know Stephanie did that palette a couple weeks ago here on Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesday, but unfortunately I was unable to do a video that week because I was a little out of sorts at that point of time. But I love the Life and Pastel palette, and I enjoy this one quite a bit too. This one's a little bit deeper colors. Life and Pastel is more fun, light colors. So there's that. Let's see. I think I also want to try to see if I'm going to use this brush or one that's a little... I was going to clean my brushes before I did this, and I didn't. So now I'm kind of kicking myself because I like to have more brushes to choose from. But we're going to work with what we've got. I guess I'll use this brush here. I want to go into this, it's called, I'm trying to see, Soft Sage. I think it's Soft Sage. Oops. This color here, very pretty sage color. And I'm going to put that more toward my outer corner. I'm going to try something a little bit different from what I usually do. Of course, I'm getting some fallout. But that's just the way it goes when you're doing eyeshadow. And I don't think that necessarily has to do with like the price point or the quality of your eyeshadow. I think at a certain point you just accept that that's part of the whole thing, that you're gonna expect some fallout. Some palettes are a little better about it than others, but it's kind of just a given, so you deal with it. Now the colors in this palette are really gorgeous. The purples, the bright pinks. We've got a couple greens. We've got a peach. We have a light shimmer color. Look at this fallout. It's like I have a black eye. I'm definitely gonna have to clean that up. Very, very pretty palette. If you love purples and pinks, especially bright ones, this is a gorgeous palette. As I'm putting green on my eyes. I do want to say I came in with a clean face. I just shaded in my brows, put a little bit of under eye concealer. I had a little bit of dark circles under my eyes, and I powdered that down a little bit, and then I put on some eyeshadow primer. Other than that, a bare face that I'm working with. And usually I keep a brush handy to try to wipe away some of the fallout, but I forgot to grab it, so I'll just use this fluffy brush and try to get rid of some of it so I don't look like a raccoon as I'm working. When I go to put on my mascara and stuff, I'll clean it up a little bit better, but in the meantime, I don't want to look like I've been boxing. So there's that. And I'm going up farther on my lid than I usually do. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a crease color. Like I said, I'm going to try something a little bit different today. Like we said, it's about getting out of your comfort zone and trying different things. I mean, I've tried similar things in the past, but I'm kind of getting tired of doing similar looks every week with the crease and then some on the lower lid and a highlight shade. So we're going to do something tiny bit different. And for how bold this looks in the pan, as you can see, if you blend it, if you go soft, you know, with a soft hand and blend it, it's not as bad. I'm really liking this green. I've used this before when I've used this palette, but I don't know, maybe I just went in with a heavier hand the other times I used it. I'm really liking it with a lighter touch. It's a very pretty color. So there's that so far. I'm really liking that. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and use the same brush if I can. I'm trying to we'll try this. If it's too big of a brush, I'll switch. So next I want to go into, I want to do a purple, but I'm trying to decide what one I want to use. I'm really liking this one that says Petals, or this one down here, it says Rebirth. Oh, glasses to go. So this is Petals, and this is Rebirth. I'm wondering if this is going to be too light. I'm going to go ahead and, I don't want to get too dark either. I'm going to go ahead and try the Rebirth and hope it's not too dark. We'll see. I'll just go light-handed. So I'm going to take the Rebirth, the purple, and do my inner corner here a little bit. Well, not my inner corner, but you know what I mean. Because I'm not doing, you know what I mean. the inner third here, I guess, more accurately. And again, I'm going to go up over where my crease would normally be, and I guess this isn't too dark, so that's working out well. Now, as you've noticed, I am using my makeup room today instead of my craft room. I had to rearrange my makeup room a little bit because the reason I wasn't using this room a lot to do my makeup was because I put a smaller table in here and it was just way too cluttered. So I was able to find another stand to bring in here and put a lot of my brushes and stuff on it and clear off the table. So now I can set up my camera and stuff because I actually have table space. So I'm going to try to use this room a little bit more. It is a smaller room, so there's certain things I can't do in here because I don't have a lot of room to move around. But for makeup, I'm definitely going to try using this one because the lighting is way, way better in here. With it being a smaller room, that overhead light is more over my work area. The other room, I have an overhead light, but it's in the middle of the room and it's not really over my work area. So if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to put this in and blend it in pretty good. And as you can see, like I said, I'm going up over my crease. I'm just going to try to do my eyelid in thirds. I'm not sure if I'm going to, like I said, if I'm going to do a crease color yet or not. We'll see how it looks as I go along. So I've just did the inner third with the purple shade, the Rebirth, and the outer third with the green shade, the Soft Sage. And as you notice, the two top shelves behind me are empty. The lower ones have cosmetic products, but I'm leaving these empty because my plan is to, with the different seasons and holidays, I'll be putting my decor on those so you guys can see that in the background when I do my videos in here. So there's a method to my madness most of the time. So I'm really liking that so far. I'm glad it's turning out nice. Sometimes I have an idea and it does not turn out anything like what I want it to, so it's actually working today. So I'm going to brush off a lot of that purple shade. So now I have to do the inner third of my eyelid. So I want to go in with a pink. Yes, I know, weird. Now this color here is called Fantasy, and that's a pretty hot pink. It's way hotter pink than it's showing on camera. However, this color here is gorgeous. It's more like a mauvey, dusty pink, and this is called Marvelous, I think. If I'm getting the names wrong, please forgive me. No glasses. And the font is a little harder to read, but I think it's called Marvelous. Anyhow, I'm going to use the same brush and pick that up and try to go in with a light hand as well, and just put some of it in the middle of my lid. And my plan was, with it being a softer color, almost like it'll marry the two colors that are so different, you know, serve as a mild transition between the two. And I want to just do a soft look because these colors are pretty bold, and if you go in heavy-handed, you can have a very dramatic, bold look. But I guess it's about with these palettes having so many pans, I think it's about showing that you can come up with very different looks depending on how the colors you choose and how heavy or light-handed you are. As I've mentioned before, I'm not a makeup artist by any means. I'm very much a novice, just playing with makeup. But hopefully we all learn as we practice. And I have been learning that sometimes I go in a little too heavy-handed and don't blend enough. So I'm trying to be aware of that and keep that in mind. You know, don't go in there ham and heavy-handed, because you're going to look very bold, and yeah, it's not necessary. You know, with being newer to makeup, I think I'm making a lot of mistakes that people did when they were younger, thinking that to look like you have makeup on. I mean, some people, it's just about, I understand it's about enhancing what the beauty you already have. And part of me is like, well, if I'm taking the time to put the makeup on, I want it to look like I'm, you know, you don't want it to be noticed. But at the same time, I think there's a middle ground that we don't always have to go neutral, like just enhancing the things and looking like we're not made up, and looking like Mimi. So I guess that's where I'm trying to find the happy medium. And I did get a little heavy with the pink without intending to, so I'm just gonna take this really, really fluffy brush and just blend it out a little bit. I think, when my personal opinion, when you're using these bolder colors, you definitely want to try to go a little bit with a lighter hand, so it's not so wow. Younger people can maybe pull it off a little bit better. Once you get to a certain age, I think you gotta kind of be a little bit more careful. I'm gonna bring some of this purple in because I feel like I blended it out a little bit too much. I like playing with color and I like having fun with it, but I try to be a little bit conservative when I can because of my age. But then there's other times I just don't care. I'm just gonna do it a little crazy just to do something different, just because I can. Basically. So I'm gonna bring this back in. Like I said, I'm trying to stay away from the crease color right away because I'm still trying to like figure out with my eye shape like what's most flattering for me. Slightly hooded and slightly almond shaped. It's a little bit hard to work with sometimes. So I'm just going to take a look, see how I feel about it. I'm definitely going to have to clean up the fallout because it looks like I've already put shadow under my lower lashes and I haven't yet. Not on purpose anyway. So far I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just trying to decide. I'm going to have to put something a little bit crease wise, but I want it to be soft, so I'm trying to see what I want to use. I mean, because some of these colors are pretty deep, like this color Muddy is like a burgundy brown. It's pretty deep, it's more dramatic. And then this other one, it's called Royalty. That's a pretty deep purple. And I might try to stay away from the shimmers today for the most part, just to show that you can get a decent color with just mattes. I mean, a decent look with just mattes without having to go into a lot of shimmers. And you know I like my shimmers and glitters on my lower lid. There's also this one called Supreme Lotus, which is a very deep rose. And I think that's a little bit darker than what I wanted to do. I think I might, I don't want to go too crazy. I want to stay light. I'm going to go ahead and try to go in light-handed with this Hot Pink Fantasy. And just try to go on really light so it's not too bold. I'm going to use the same brush again. That's another thing I try to kind of do. I mean, sometimes you have to switch up the brushes for what you need. But I guess I'm trying to show you that that's not always the case. You can kind of try to maximize one brush as much as you can, because I know I'm not alone in hating to clean makeup brushes all the time. So I'm going to go quite a bit above my natural crease and just bring a little bit of that pink in here. You didn't think I was going to do a look without bringing some pink in, just because that's what I do. It's not even like really a crease color. I'm just trying to go above where I put the other colors. But like I said, I'm trying to go in kind of soft. And I think this brush really helps because it's slightly tapered, but it's fluffy at the same time. So it's really working well for me. Have you guys started going from your summer shadows to your fall shadows yet? And for that matter, are there those of you out there that don't really stick to that and just use whatever, you know, throughout the year, just depending on what you want to do? Now, the lighting I'm getting looking here, it looks pretty light, but then when I look in my mirror here, it's looking a little dark. So I'm going to try to be a little bit careful with this pink so that I don't have a really dark pink lid. I think I'm going to go in here and just blend it out a little bit. I think I pick my eyeshadow colors based on a combination of my mood for the day and what I'm wearing. And of course, you know, as the seasons change, we want to be mindful of this. This I don't think would be a great look for around Thanksgiving. But then again, I guess if you really wanted to, you can do whatever you want. I mean, does there really have to be rules? But for the most part, I think we're mindful of, just like, you know, the clothes we wear throughout the year, when we choose our makeup colors as well. So I'm trying to get an idea of how that looks. Each place I look at, the lighting's slightly different. I'm gonna go in and bring in a little bit more of this green. Just lightly, so I don't get carried away. Freshen it up a tiny bit. I think for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm trying to keep it soft, and I know part of me wants to keep, I feel like it's not bright enough, but I never have any idea when I play it back what it's going to look like, because like I said, the monitor is one thing, this mirror on the side is another thing, and the mirror and the palette, it's like each one, it's like the lighting's a little different. And then I can record this, and then when it plays back, it can look different even from these three. So that's another thing I try to be mindful of when I'm doing this, that it's gonna look different. And of course, everyone's monitors are different too. Your phone, your laptop, your tablet, whatever you're watching on. So I guess you got to account for that a little bit too. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with this. It's a soft look, but there's definitely color there. And yeah, I just want to put a little bit of something on my brow. And I'm just debating whether I want to use this peachy color that says Fresh, or this shimmery cream color, and that's called Purity. Trying to stay away from shimmer. For some reason, I mean, everybody's different, but I like more of a matte right under my brow instead of a shimmer. For some reason, I don't care for a shimmer right under my brow, but that's just me. Some people it looks awesome. To me, I don't know, something about it, I'm not a fan. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this peach that says Fresh, and just tap it on lightly. So it's just a hint of color, because it is kind of a darker color for right under your brow, but I'm going to try to make it work because I don't really want to do the shimmer. And so that, as you can see, is pretty much my look. I'm going to go in, I'm going to pause this, put on some mascara, a little bit of liner, a light lip color, and call it done. But as you can see, I did not use any shimmers in the palette. Now there definitely are shimmers. This green, this purpley color, this coppery color. There are shimmers. Sometimes I like using shimmers, and other times I just kind of want to stay matte. And today I just wanted to stay matte because so it's simple and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people think that you can't get a decent look with only mattes, but you definitely can. It's not boring just because you use mattes. As a matter of fact, there's palettes out there that only have mattes. I kind of like using just mattes sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, clean up the tiny bit of fallout, mascara, line under my lower lashes. I'm not going to do my lid because I'm just not trying to mess it up, and I'm still kind of not their best with liner on above my upper lashes. So I'm just going to clean this up and finish it up, and I'll be back so you can see the final look, and then I'll let you go so you can go check out Stephanie's video if you haven't, and watch all the other videos you have in mind for today. So I will be right back.